Horse welfare and safety is our absolute fundamental priority. And we put these protocols in place in 2021 after a really unfortunate series of catastrophic injuries, particularly with some of the international runners in the Melbourne Cup. And pleasingly, since we've had them in place, we've had 4 years now without any significant catastrophic injury. We can never eradicate all of the risks, of course. What we can do is try and mitigate those risks. Yeah, we've got a really experienced Racing Victoria Vets team. This year the team's being overseen by Dr David Sykes, who's been involved in the protocol since their inception. He's a very experienced international vet, ex-British Racing Authority and ex-Emirates Racing Authority head vet. And he's also being supported by Dr Amanda Piggott. She's supporting David, and both of them have great relationships with all of the European trainers on the ground, and it's working really well.
So initially we started looking at 35 horses, and from that 35 horses, because some of them had other goals that they went to, we finished up having 16 horses that completed the whole protocol process. And then out of those 16 horses, we've got 5 horses at the present moment sitting in quarantine here in Werribee, and we've got 6 more sitting overseas in pre-export quarantine due to come over to Melbourne in the end of next week. Initially what happens is we collect from the trainers the medical and veterinary histories from all those horses. We then go and examine those horses 3 times. So we see them, ideally those examinations are 3 weeks apart. So we might start the process in early August and see them in the middle of September. What we're trying to look at is any changes in gait over a period of time of that horse. Is he comfortable or less comfortable that goes forward? So they're the initial part that goes through. Then all of those horses have to have some imaging of their distal limbs. So they have an MRI or preferably a CT scan. So that's done at the same time. Those scans are sent to our specialist imaging panel and assessed. And then the final part in quarantine is we see those horses in quarantine once more before they leave. So it's quite a long list of things that are done. But again, what we're trying to do is ensure that the horses that come to Melbourne are in the best physical condition they can be, and the risk level that we've got for those horses is minimised. So once they get to Melbourne, first thing that happens is the government vets come in here and they do nasal swabs and blood samples to make sure we've got no infectious diseases. Those horses have their temperatures taken twice a day to make sure there's no issues. The veterinary team assesses and looks at them out there when the horses are working, look at motion, how they are. The veterinary team comes in and we look at those horses and do an examination, the same examination that we've done pre-export or all the way through. We palpate limbs, we'll trot the horses up, trot them back. And again, what we're looking for is any changes in the gait that might be happening. Once they've done their 14 days quarantine here and they're allowed to come out of the compound, we'll go to the Melbourne University Equine Centre and have a CT imaging scan done at the same time there. And finally, those horses out there also have what we call wearable technology on them that looks at heart rate, speed, monitors and things like that. So the CT scans are reviewed by, there's 5 specialists, there's 2 in America, there's 2 in Australia, there's 1 in the UK. They're all, if you like, that's their job, they're radiologists. They give us an opinion and we take, as I said, we take that opinion and add it to what we've seen with all the other information we've got and make a decision about that horse. So where we did an X-ray previously, we would not see anywhere near the detail that we see now in the CT. So we see changes in bone structure, we see changes in channels there, and these are, pre-fracture, pre-pathology pieces that allow us to recognise them at an earlier stage.